Good morning and welcome to another episode of Josh and Pat. I'm Joshua Klein, joined by Patrick Cassett, and DeAndre Hopkins is going to be a Tennessee Titan. Now, despite what Chris Jones was saying on his Instagram story, he's not going to the Chiefs. He's not going to the Patriots. He's going to be going back to the AFC South to play for the Tennessee Titans and Vrabel. Now, everyone thinks this is a very interesting signing because if you just remember a couple years back, the Titans said, hey, we don't actually want our number one all-world wide receiver, A.J. Brown. They let him go. He goes to Philadelphia. He does pretty much incredible right off the bat. He helps get them to a Super Bowl. And so the Tennessee Titans decided, you know what, we actually probably need a really good wide receiver. They go back out and get DeAndre Hopkins, which they really wouldn't have had to do in the first place if they had just kept A.J. Brown. But again, hindsight, 2020 vision. And so now he comes into this offense that's loaded, ready to go with Ryan Tannehill, with Will Levis, and with our favorite quarterback,
Joshua Dobbs.
No, Malik.
Oh, Malik Willis.
Malik Willis.
We forgot about him.
I didn't forget about Malik. So you got the three quarterback system here, and yeah, it's got to be an exciting time for DeAndre Hopkins, knowing that any one of those guys could be thrown to you.
And what we forgot about is you bring in Will Levis as someone to light that fire under Malik Willis, and now you give Malik Willis a star weapon like DeAndre Hopkins. You're taking a Liberty University talent to the next level here. But you know what? Hey, congratulations to DeAndre Hopkins. It's nice to get. Hey, he said he's having a hard time finding a really good quarterback relationship. So the Titans said, you know what? You got three of them here. You figure it out. You choose which one you like the best, and we'll run with it.
Absolutely. I mean, if you shoot your shot three times, you're bound to make one of those, right? And if that's something that's important to DeAndre Hopkins, I mean, I think this is a perfect situation for the Titans. That being said, I do think the Titans have a tough road ahead. If you look at, why
is that, Josh?
Well, the Jacksonville Jaguars are going to be very good. Well, they're going to be very good this year, and that's my opinion. And then you also just got a lot of, let's be real, the Texans, they just loaded up.
They loaded up.
They loaded up. And then, you can't forget about the Colts, who are on another quarterback already.
Yeah, Anthony Richardson.
And he might be the guy. So
he could be the guy. And you'll never know because, look, you haven't given any of those quarterbacks enough time yet. So we'll find out. Look, this is what I do know about DeAndre Hopkins. You bring in a guy like him, there's no way it can end up like Julio Jones. DeAndre Hopkins, Julio Jones, two
different stories.
Different players. Right, Josh?
Yeah, no, they're different players. I do think DeAndre Hopkins is a little bit younger than Julio was he not?
I think they're around the same age.
Really? DeAndre Hopkins got a lot of good football left in the tank. And I think he's going to do really well. And so I'm rooting for him for the Titans. I wonder how this is going to help develop Treylon Burks. You got to
think about that. Right, exactly.
And hopefully that will make their whole team mesh well. And maybe they won't have to hand the ball to Derrick Henry every single play.
Well, because people forget, Derrick Henry, his age is climbing up there a little bit. He's no longer the young guy from Alabama.
No.
So I saw a stat here, Josh, if you combine the age of Ryan Tannehill,
got it,
DeAndre Hopkins,
got it,
and Derrick Henry,
okay,
they're 126 years old.
Shoo.
Not my football team.
That's not a young man's offense.
Mm-mm.
I do think it's crazy talking about the landscape of who didn't sign DeAndre Hopkins. It feels like there's a lot of teams out there that could have benefited from a wide receiver who didn't go after him. Bill Belichick getting a lot of slack, right? Catching a lot of slack.
But you don't understand. Bill knows what he's doing. He's won the Super Bowls, Josh. Just trust Bill.
Okay, I'm going to trust Bill, but
trust him.
I do wonder why. People are wondering. So that's cool. Moving on. Staying in the NFL, Josh Jacobs and Saquon Barkley both potentially going to hold out this year. Now, as you guys are familiar with the situation, they are both looking to get franchise tagged. They don't want to. They don't want to get franchise tagged. Franchise tag, you don't make as much money as if you just sign a contract, and so they're kind of upset about that. But here's the thing: it's just a tough time to be a running back right now because if you're a running back in this league, I mean, you basically they don't care. Your team doesn't care about you at all.
Right, and it's a shame because inflation's sitting everywhere else except the running back market right now, and that's tough to be a player right there. So when you look at Josh Jacobs, I think he's got more value than Saquon Barkley. So Josh Jacobs, I think he's going to play. Whether he plays for the Las Vegas Raiders this year, we don't know, because let's not forget, you bring in Tom Brady as an owner, but Mark Davis still has the financial issues there. If he can
he can't fire his head coach yet.
He can't fire the head coach yet. So if he can get the $10 million off the books, that could be a huge win for that organization.
I mean, that's a great point. If you get the $10 million makes a difference for our old buddy Mark. So I don't know what's going to happen there. It feels like the Giants, though, feels like they need to get something going with Saquon, because Saquon felt like potentially the only reason that they had any success.
Well, Daniel Jones would disagree.
Because they need to get the contract to maybe back that up. So I didn't watch all the tape, so I guess
I haven't broke down the film yet.
I don't know 100%, but I mean, it does feel like maybe what Saquon was doing really did benefit Daniel Jones. I don't know if you could argue that, at least.
Yeah, but also it's like, can Saquon afford to sit out a year?
I'd argue he can't.
He can't, because we see how the Le'Veon Bell situation goes, and we know Raven for life.
Oh yeah.
How could you not forget about that? But that situation didn't work out great when he went to the New York Jets. So Saquon, I don't think he can afford to sit out. And
I mean, especially with the running back position right now, Saquon Barkley's not going to make. Okay, so if he doesn't play this year, the money he's not making from not getting the franchise tag is not going to be made more of if he signs a contract. The contract's not going to be that significantly bigger. It's not like a Lamar Jackson situation where they're like, oh, well, maybe
he's got all the leverage
this year. He's got all the leverage. And then if he sits out, he's probably going to be able to make a crazy deal somewhere else.
And not to mention, Josh, that if he sits out for a whole year, the Giants are probably going to find another good running back.
Listen, there's a lot of running backs in the world. A lot of running backs. A lot of fresh legs coming out of college.
Yeah, there is.
So, hey, hopefully, listen, we're rooting for you, Saquon. We want you to make money.
We're all about people getting that money.
We want you to make money, And Josh Jacobs, as a fantasy owner right now, I just want to say I support whatever you do, but preferably,
find the field.
please be on the field. Yeah.
So
that's cool. Madden ratings are coming out today, and this is an exciting time to be an NFL player and to be just anybody, because we all know that the Madden games recently have been amazing.
Have been phenomenal.
Every Madden game that's come out recently is it's a win after a win, and in Electronic Arts and EA Sports, I mean, you got to feel good about yourself with what you're doing. So Madden ratings come out, and Justin Jefferson, get a little preview of what that is. He's got the 99 rating. Yeah,
I mean, it's interesting that he's got 99. I'll say that, Josh.
Here's my thing, and this is I'm not
air it out. Air it out.
Hating on it. This is not against Justin Jefferson.
This is not against Jay Jetta.
No, not
because he's riding a wave right now, Josh.
And also he's not doing anything. He's just showing up to play. He doesn't control anything.
Oh, he's got a 99 in Madden. He's spotted with Livy Dunn. I mean, he's having a great little stretch.
Hot week for sure. But my thing is, what did we just decide a 99 was the best humanly possible player? Because you can't go to 100.
Yes.
So we're saying that Justin Jefferson is as good as humanly possible at football.
Incorrect is what I would say.
That we're not saying that, or he's not?
He's not. He's not as humanly possible, good as at football.
So you're saying Justin Jefferson is not as good as humanly possible at football.
Josh, I'm going to make the wild argument. I don't think he's the greatest wide receiver ever.
Man. Now, this is interesting because you have to imagine, if Madden was around, in the 60s or 70s or something, right? I imagine our perception of a 99 very different.
I think that would be very true, Josh.
So then what's to say then in 10, 15, 20 years, what are we going to view a 99 as? I don't think we can't just put somebody on the top and say this is what a 99 looks like. We don't know what a 99 looks like. Leave some room for an error.
Right. Madden should celebrate the 97 club.
97 club would be awesome. You imagine if you're like, oh my gosh, 97, we think you might be there.
And imagine if you take the next step, you could be a 98. And that should be an ultra exclusive club.
ultra exclusive because we don't know. It's like giving a 10 to something. What we don't know what 10
Nothing's
is.
a 10.
Unless they're saving the 100 for that.
Yeah, maybe 100 comes out one day.
I don't know.
And yes, and I'm willing to bet that they're probably going to save it for Patrick Mahomes. They'll figure out a way.
They'll figure out a way to get Patrick Mahomes 100. I
Yep.
mean, after watching that NFL quarterback show, seems like he's destined to get it. And I love the show, and I know you haven't watched it yet, and for some reason you're not going to watch it. The NFL quarterback show, very, very good so far. 2 episodes in. Episode 2, little heavy on the Britney.
Oh, really?
Little heavy on the Britney.
Any Jackson in there?
No, they've done a great job at just covering
eliminating
him. I don't
Jackson.
even know if they mic'd him up the whole season.
So Jackson does not exist in the show.
I've seen him. Like, he's been in like moments where it feels like probably did talk at some point. Probably could have been mic'd.
But didn't.
What it was not.
But was
and
not.
I don't know
okay.
who made that decision, and I'm not going to weigh in on that decision, but that's just what's happened. So yeah, but I've enjoyed it. And Patrick Mahomes, very good at football, is what I'm learning.
How's Marcus Mariota?
You know, he's battling. He's battling right now.
I can't wait until it gets to the part where they show that he just quit the team.
Now I'm excited for that part too, and I'm very curious to see how that happens. You know, it's gonna be something. I'm sure there's some.
I'm sure something came up. You know,
Yep.
It's not. He definitely.
He didn't just walk
way.
out. Yeah, he doesn't. He's not a quitter.
Yeah.
If I get a good read on this guy from the show, he's not a quitter.
He's not a quitter, and that's good to know, Josh.
Speaking of quitters, Deshaun Jackson retires.
Yeah, it's a sad day. You know, Baltimore Raven for life. Deshaun Jackson. He calls it quits, and
rightfully so. He's earned it.
He's earned it. I mean, you're talking about a guy that's had a long career.
Yep.
He's played for a handful of franchises.
Absolutely.
When you think of Deshaun Jackson, you think of a guy that is fast,
Very fast.
that loves the long ball,
Loves it.
and is, just a guy that
He's dependable.
He's dependable, exactly.
Yeah. So and we're hoping that you go and you enjoy your retirement.
Maybe he's got one more in him.
He might be one. I mean, listen, the way things go, I wouldn't be surprised. Week 10, 11 rolls around, Ravens having some tough times. We need a guy and a veteran voice in the locker room. Who do we get to partner up with Nelson Aguilar?
I'd argue maybe Jaguars come calling, and they're going, yay, you know what? We're struggling. We're trying to make it out of the AFC South.
Oh, yeah.
You know what? We need that veteran presence. We need a guy that we can trust that's
Yeah.
going to be able to play the rest of the games. We're going to go get Deshaun Jackson.
Oh, man. That's yeah. Yeah. And then hey, congratulations on retirement, though, Deshaun Jackson.
Yeah, huge day for you.
Big day. Moving on to our next thing. Stephen Curry wins the American Century Tournament. Now, this is a celebrity golf tournament that Steph Curry went out and he dominated. Now, the question is Steph Curry basically the best golfer on the planet right now?
He's hot right now. If you were to put him in the world rankings, I mean, would you say he's top 20 player right now?
I mean, Steph Curry, he's got to be top 20. I think. I mean, listen, there's some guys who have some inconsistent weeks on the PGA Live Tour. But Steph Curry, he's going to go out there and he's going to put up a clutch performance every time.
Every single time.
I mean, I saw him get a hole-in-one, and this is his only golf tournament of the year. He gets a hole-in-one. Can you imagine? That just tells us that he's probably getting hole-in-ones every week.
All the time, especially if he's got the lights on him. The lights are shining bright, and he's able to put in a hole-in-one.
Yeah.
Are you kidding me?
If you go into every single tournament and at one hole at minimum,
I'm guaranteed.
a one. You're going in and you're feeling good because then automatically
that helps out the score.
it helps the score tremendously.
Yeah,
And if you can bank on that every week.
And what's crazy about that is you start banking on that, and because I don't think PGA or Live golfers can bank on that.
No.
So you start looking around. Yeah, Steph Curry's probably better than Scotty Scheffler, probably better than Rory McIlroy.
Yeah.
And probably better than John Rahm.
I mean, John Rahm just won the Masters.
Rory McIlroy just won the Scottish Open.
Yeah, Steph Curry, I mean, he's got a real future. If he just dedicated a little bit more to golf, then I think he could do really good. And it begs the question, would he make more money signing with the Live Tour than in the NBA?
And I think there's a good argument that he probably could.
Steph Curry in the Live Tour would be pretty electric.
Mm-hmm. It's just what they need, is what I'd argue.
Just what they need.
Because remember,
it's PGA Live now, so we don't really
PGA
know
Live,
how it works.
Yeah, but it's golf but louder.
Golf but louder. Hey, congratulations, Steph Curry. I mean, I did think the whole tournament. I did kind of feel bad for Seth Curry. He got beat by his dad and his brother.
Well, not just beat. He kind of got demolished.
He got demolished by them. I mean, but shout out him just being there, I guess, in general.
Being supportive.
Ties with AJ Hawk. Yeah, I mean, he's got to wear his brother's Curry brand, which I imagine is kind of like a tough topic of conversation. He's like, everything's got to be Steph. Everything's got to be Steph Curry. Do you think
if he meets someone that doesn't know who, like, Steph Curry is, does he just tell him, like, oh, yeah, that's me. That's my logo?
I don't know. Hey, a lot of big names, though, in this celebrity tournament.
Mm-hmm.
Huge. A lot people showed up for this.
Hey, Hard Knocks, future Hard Knocks legend Aaron Rodgers, top 5, right?
Top 5 for Aaron Rodgers.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, future Hard Knocks legend. I can't imagine seeing that guy on that show. And now I've never been a big Hard Knocks guy, but I will be tuning in to see, like, does he give them anything? I can't imagine he would.
I think he's going to try to give them a little bit of a history lesson. So when every time a camera comes in, he's just not going to talk about football. Yeah,
I could see that. Aaron Rodgers is in a tough spot right now because if you think about this, Patrick. So Aaron Rodgers, anti-traditional media, right?
Right, he's anti
the Schefters, lose my number. Best buds with Pat McAfee, own independent show. Pat McAfee show gets purchased by ESPN.
There's a blurred line there,
So
Josh.
now, is Aaron Rodgers a friend of ESPN?
I don't know. Sometimes you got to separate the art from the artist. And I don't think Aaron Rodgers is a traditional media guy. Aaron Rodgers reminds me...
Aaron Rodgers, friend of the show. Aaron Rodgers, friend of ESPN.
Yeah, it just doesn't quite have the same ring to it, does it? I mean, Aaron Rodgers reminds me of a substitute teacher that you have when you're in, like, middle school.
Okay.
Where, like, half the class, like, loves him, but then half the class is just like, this guy again. Are you kidding me?
I get that. Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. Hey, good for Steph Curry, though. Good for the whole crew out there. Jake Owen, tied 14th. Good for him.
Hey, good for Jake Owen, man.
Ciao. Okay. Well, moving on to a couple things on the docket here. We got Alcaraz wins Wimbledon.
Hey, congratulations. 20 years old. I mean, officially younger than both Josh and I. And you're out there winning Wimbledon. Some would say we didn't get our chance yet. And
our time was coming. Our time's coming, 20 years old, winning Wimbledon, though, that's pretty insane.
Yeah, and he did it against Novak Djokovic. I would argue he choked it, which is unfortunate.
That 20-year-old. That's kind of...
Well, and we know that Novak Djokovic is the greatest of all time.
This guy can't even legally drink, though. And he's...
Well, not in our country, but in his country, I believe he can.
Oh, okay.
Right.
Gotcha.
So just, yeah. And you know what? You know who would have reminded us that? Would have been Aaron Rodgers. He would have been Hard Knocks. He would have hit us with those fun facts. But look, Djokovic is the greatest of all time. Some people are going to say it's Federer. Some people are going to say it's Nadal, but it's absolutely not, because Djokovic, if there's ever a more stand-up guy, a classy guy that everybody loves, for basically any political stance that he has, for any game that he has, it's Novak Djokovic.
Yeah.
And so the world loves him. And look, I'm going to choose to forget that he decided to slam a racket in against the net yesterday. Look, mistakes happen.
I don't even remember that.
Yeah, it's not even like that's his first time doing that or anything. So, look, Alcaraz can have his moment today, but Djokovic he'll come back bigger and better than ever.
I'm sure he will. And Alcaraz, if you're starting at 20 years old at this pace, he's on pace to be the greatest ever, right?
But you got to think he's got 2 Grand Slams now. So, like, you multiply that by, like, 15 years, you start running the numbers, and it's almost too much.
That's almost too much. But 20 years old, dude, we gotta get ourselves going. If you're 20 years old, if you are over 20 years old right now and you're watching this, we gotta get things going.
We
gotta start working on some stuff, okay? Because I can't every day be waking up and seeing that there's somebody younger than me who just got drafted in the NBA. Somebody younger than me just won Wimbledon. Everyone's doing something. We gotta band together, guys.
Yeah, I think that's
get
good.
off our butts and do something because, I mean, we can't. This is tough.
It's a tough look.
It's a tough look for all of us.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okie doke. And last thing on the show, NASCAR preview part 2, Patrick.
Mm-hmm.
We're still in New Hampshire.
Yeah, Josh, I think I'm going to stay with the pick I got, and it's going up to New Hampshire, New Hampshire.
Yep.
Denny Hamlin. Yeah, I really like him today, and I'm going to stick with that. I think you got a guy who's just trying to finish the race.
Yeah, but I'm going to ride with him anyway. Kyle Larson, I'm with you. We're going to do this together. Cool. Well, I think that's the show. If you guys are still listening at this point, make sure you guys DM us on Instagram at Picks and Pancakes, and you guys will get a free mug and a free $10 McDonald's gift card. It's yours. All you have to do is say, I listened to the end of the show, or you can say whatever you want. And then
honestly, if you just type in gift card, like, it's yours.
You know it. We'll know.
Yeah.
We'll send that to you in a second, whatever mailing address you want.
Mm-hmm.
Second of all, make sure you guys go to picksandpancakes.com to read everything that's happening in sports. And then you guys have a lovely week. This is going to be a great week. I can feel it. Weather's beautiful.
In the air.
Josh and Pat on the road. Episode 3 on the road, and we're having a great time. And who knows where we're gonna be next time?
We'll be on Friday. Yeah.
I don't know.
We'll find out.
It's probably not gonna be in the studio. If I had to guess.
If I had to guess.
If I had to guess.
I'm willing to put money on that, Josh.
Here's the thing. I'm willing to put money on that too, and that's the problem.
Yeah.
We'll get there, guys. You have a wonderful week. Peace.